Hey, what's up, everybody? This is episode 156 on the Swivel Podcast. I'm Scott Michael Talks. We got the best barbershop talk in sports and viral news. My broadcast bro, DJ Infinite Rock. He'll be back on the next episode. But as always, you know we come with that premium content. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Share, post, repost. Let everybody know about the content, man. We come with it. Hey, all the top sports stories, man, all the top news. So look, I'm not going to waste any more time. Just make sure, man, y'all watching, y'all support your gualas, man. So we're going to talk about a little bit about the Natty. History was made. Stories and movies going to be written about the 2025 Indiana Hoosiers. You already know. Coach Cinetti and those boys in Mendoza. Man, look. When you take a shitty football program who never won, Indiana is obviously a basketball school from Bobby Knight, Isaiah Thomas, all them back in the day, and now this. Man, he turned that ball club around in 2 years. They beat Miami at the Hard Rock in Miami Gardens, 27-21. Bro, I mean, if anybody paid attention to the crowd in that game, it was a sea of red. Indiana, that fan base, they traveled for them. No more belts for Mike Irv. He was over there getting a snow bunny shoulder to cry on after the game. I'm going to get into it just briefly because we all saw the game. We're a couple of days out from it. Indy's defense was impressive. They put the clamps on those Miami receivers for the most part of the game. Conversely, Miami's defense, their pass rush, they got after Mendoza. They pressured him. They sacked him 3 times. They bust his lip whole night. So it was a defensive balance in some ways. Right off the bat, Indiana, they scored early. Miami didn't have rhythm on offense early at all. They missed a crucial field goal to end the first half, which could have. Those 3 points was needed. We saw how the game went on. Fletcher, to start the second half, he broke the 57-yard run, gave Miami some momentum. Then Indiana, they had that crucial punt block that turned into another touchdown, swung momentum back Indy's way. And then in the fourth, Fletcher scored again. Finally, Malachi Tony came alive. And they just, you got to scheme it up. Give props to the coaching staff. Miami finally switched it up. Just put him in positions to win against that Indiana defense. Oh, both Fletcher and Tony got cooking. We know Mendoza had that crazy run on the 4th down on the goal line. Basically, solidifying. He had the Heisman moment after the Heisman moment. Basically solidifying that, getting the energy back. And ultimately, he becked. Carson Beck becked. This is why he's no longer a Bulldog, because he has the wide receiver. Me personally, you had time. College rules, you get a first down, the clock stops. He goes up the left side. Even though the receiver had the DB stacked, you still had safety over the top. It was just a bad throw. It was a bad decision. And then it looked like it might have been a little miscommunication, because if you see it as he threw, like he wanted the receiver to cut inside on the throw, but even still, you got the safety over the top. Why not check down to another option? Just move the ball. They're moving the ball. All we needed you to do to move the ball, because you get a touchdown, you tie, you get the PAT, you go home with the dub. Y'all partying. You already in South Florida. Go to the beach. You got the chip. Run to the beach. You at home. You in the crib. But, it is what it is. I picked Miami to win that game because just the nostalgia of it. Anybody of a certain age like myself grew up on the Canes, the Seminoles, Notre Dame, Oklahoma. Watching that growing up, people in my family, the older people in my family growing up and seeing the Hurricane, that when they were the U, that dynasty, Schellenberger, Jimmy Johnson, Mel Brenton, Blades, Mike Irvin, Hill, Toretto, Testaverde, Benny Kosar. Then, as I was a young man, seeing that team come back with Edgerrin James and them boys, then Edgerrin James, Ed Reed, then Ken Dorsey, Portis, McGahee, Vince Wilfork, Vilma, Shockey, Andre Johnson, Mike Rump, late great Sean Taylor, seeing that team come back, and then after going to 2 straight national championship games, not even touching that championship field for more than 20 years. So I would have that was just my personal thing. I would just like to see them get back and hold that trophy. But I'm gonna tell you this though. Cignetti, he got something going. The Big Ten Conference, this is 3 chips in a row. The tide in college football, the tide in college football has changed. The wave has moved out of the South. We had a point in time, all SEC. You had a sprinkle of Ohio State got one in there when they beat Bama. That was the Ezekiel Elliott, that team. Then you fast forward, then of course you sprinkle in Clemson, Deshaun Watson, that team, and Trevor Lawrence had a great team. Then of course you got LSU, they had a chip in there. Then UGA came up, boom. But basically, teams in the South, even what was that 2011 Florida State, Jameis Winston, even though the SEC a Southern team, man, the college landscape has changed. NIL, the portal is giving a lot of parity. The NCAA, they finally expanded the playoffs. Should have always been a playoff system like this. Hell, we saw James Madison get into the college playoffs. It's not just, it's teams everywhere, right? So with teams being everywhere, this is what's coming. This is the look. This was coming. When I say coming, pause. You know me. This was coming. Cignetti embraced it. He didn't run and hide from it like some people did. Nick Saban. Sorry. Ooh, excuse me. If you don't evolve, you either gonna get left behind and die. NCAA, they evolve. This is it. Look at those players. Cignetti, who is from that Nick Saban tree, he know what it takes to win, and he wasn't afraid to embrace what it takes to win. Let me get these transfers. Let me cut a check. Boom. Let me get him. Yeah, because remember, they didn't get it's Indian. Come on, it's the Hoosiers. They don't get the cream of the crop, blue chippers. So let me get some guys that been around the block. Because I'm gonna tell you, y'all look around that field. I mean, it's funny enough, but it was some grown ass people out there. It was some grown-ass men on that field for Indiana. It was one dude look older than me. It was an old 30-year-old looking dude out there for Indianapolis. But the thing about Indiana. But the thing about it is he went and got guys who've been around the block. They know, all right, boom, we coming in. This is a program. This is a machine. This is a business. Hey, break off the money you need to break off to. Hey, you been at this school 2-3 years? Come on. You were balling over here? Come on. I got something for you. Come on. That's what he did. And a lot of these schools, these teams get left behind. And a lot of these coaches, you know what? I'm going to just say it. Since Cignetti came from that tree, I'm just going to point it out. See, it was very easy once upon a time for Nick Saban to walk into your parents' living room, reach in his pocket, throw them rings on the table and say, your son come here, he's going to win a chip, he's going to go to the league. That's it. That's an easy sale. I could hot damn get people to go to Tuscaloosa. That's easy. But see, what people fail to realize, at the end of the day, the chickens came home to roost. See, the NCAA made billions. And these college athletes, for the most part, they can barely afford to take their girlfriends out on the weekend. I'm going to give y'all a cold hit of water right now. These college athletes, they're going to ball anyway, because they do want to get to the next level. They do want to play on Sunday. So all that BS propaganda they shoot to y'all on the TV, well, you pay them, they ain't going to play. That's bullshit. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can make a couple of $1 million. But I get to the league, they're going to give me a 5-year deal with $30, $40 million. I'm going to go to the league. I'm going to ball out regardless. But here's the cold water. Here's the cold water right here. Any one of y'all that went to college, y'all know this. Y'all don't give a damn about no school fight song. I'm telling you, they don't care about no school fight song. Don't care about a lot of this traditional BS. They want to go somewhere, potentially, hopefully win. Yeah, that's dope. Get to the playoffs, get more exposure, get more of that money, and go to the pros. See, and a lot of coaches, they want to live. Look, these coaches, they got paid millions. They can up and leave. We just saw Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin coached one of the greatest seasons in Ole Miss history. And he said, screw these kids, and went to LSU. Y'all, coach have been doing it forever. And they do it. Why? Opportunity to make more money. So when people say about money, this, that, and third, that's a load of bull. These college kids, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever, track and field, yes, of course, winning. Everybody want to win. You want to be in the top 5, top 10. I get it. But ultimately, I want to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. If I can take care of my mom and dad now, and then get paid again in the pros, get paid. You know, a lot of them dudes got baby mamas, got kids already. You trying to put Pampers on ass, get paid. I don't give a damn about your fight song. I don't care about you got 5 chips. I help you get another one if that so happen to happen. I'm trying to get paid, and I'm trying to go to the league. So the Nick Sabans of the world, if the game passed you by, you don't want to adapt and evolve with NCAA, then stay your ass in broadcasting. Because Cignetti, guy like Cignetti, they understand it. They get it. Those guys like Cignetti, they gonna win. The guys like Ryan Day, they gonna win. You know, I'm not Lane Kiffin's biggest fan, but watch what he do in LSU. Oh, he bringing them all down there. And he got a check for him. Guys like that get it, they always going to be in the playoff fight, playing for that natty. Everybody else, y'all might well go into broadcasting then. The game has passed you by. All right, what y'all got? Good morning, Miss Teresa. Good morning. All right, Coach Ed, what's good, my man? So what's the end game, Doc? Do we continue to pay the top dollar, or do we put a cap or ceiling? Okay. I believe eventually they will put a cap on it. I think because remember the NIL, they put a pot. They put a pot on it. It's what's going to happen first, because they're already putting this in legislation. The schools technically do not pay the athlete. It's up to boosters and school supporters, and it's up to basically corporations. These guys already got TV commercials and stuff like that. They're the ones that's breaking the bread. What I think was going to happen that will possibly lead to the cap is eventually what they're trying to do now, what I was hearing, is that these schools are going to actually probably start to put these guys on contract, because what they've already done is they've already put portal restrictions, transfer restrictions. You can only transfer at a certain point of the year. You just can't up and leave. So they're already tightened up on the transfer part. But what was the report in December when the season ended? Gosh, I want to say the number was about 3,000 student athletes jumped in the portal. So the portal's not going away. They can put it's like the trading deadline in the pros. You just can't trade any time of the year. You have a trade deadline. So basically what they've done, they put a transfer deadline. All right, so they do that, but the cap and the ceiling on the money, that probably ain't gonna hit unless some of these. I think they're trying to do it where if the school actually then get involved, and then now you're starting to talk about not just scholarships, but now you're going to actually have them on contract. So now you got them locked in, because what happened was you got a couple guys that went to a school, got some money, and then jumped back out of the portal and never played a down. And those student athletes had to pay the money back not to the school, but to whomever it is that got the money, because you got paid the money to go to said school. So eventually, if it comes to that, that's what's going to happen with contracts and stuff like that. It's coming. I watch my word. That's probably going to end up coming down the line somewhere. Everybody, check it out on the Swivel Podcast. I'm live this morning. You know what it do. I'm Scott Michael Talks. As always, YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, watch all of our content. Hey, tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. We are the source. So when you repost it, right? Repost it, share it, put hashtag we are the source. Got the best barbershop talk of sports and viral news. I'm going to move on. We got some coaching news to get to. We got some new money going around. Mike McDaniel, he's a new offensive coordinator for the LA Chargers. Justin Herbert, no more excuses. Look, I think somewhere down the line, Mike McDaniel could get another head coaching opportunity, but right now, this is where he needs to be. He was a great coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers. Now here, Justin Herbert, he got an issue. They need some creativity, some more creativity. I mean, Harbaugh's there. He's a great head coach. You add McDaniel, you got a good receiving core. Now, and I led off and I said, Herbert, no more excuses, because now you have the creativity. Anybody know Justin Herbert? You have the talent. He has all the measurables. It's just some ain't clicking there. He's got mollywop every time, every playoff he's been in. He just, you hope that Mike, for his sake, and the Chargers fan base, Mike McDaniels bring that it out of him. He's very creative. I mean, hot damn, before Tua had the concussions and stuff, look how good Tua looked. Don't forget, he was there when they was getting Brock Purdy prepared. So he's good with quarterbacks, great with quarterbacks. Mike McDaniel just couldn't run the whole show long, because once things start happening, people start getting injured, it fell apart on him. But that's a great move. Hopefully he can get Herbert on the right track, because I know the sports media have been waiting on Herbert to blow. All right, so we got another coaching situation. Robert Saleh, my guy from the 49ers, he got another head coaching job. He's going to coach Tennessee Titans. Now, obviously, Robert Saleh, he was the former head coach of the Jets. That went sideways when Uncle Rico got there. So, look, he did a hell of a job with what he had to work with our defense because everybody got injured in San Francisco. I just say this, and there's no knock. I just think that Tennessee should have went for an offensive head coach, just like Chicago did with Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, because you got Cam Ward. You want him to go into his second season and progress, some creativity, because they're in a rebuild. Let's call it what it is. Tennessee's in a rebuild. As we see, a lot of Tennessee's former talent has went elsewhere and balled out. So now they have to hit the draft, do some things in free agency, and really get things on track. So with Saleh, with how he put his staff together, you would just hope whoever brought in as his offensive coordinator, he got to be great. He got to be great, because you do not want to waste Cam Ward right now. Tennessee hadn't picked well. We saw what happened with Will Levis. Will Levis was the shits. And Malik Willis didn't have the right situation, because now we see Malik Willis went to Green Bay behind Jordan Love. Now, I'm going to talk about Willis. Matter of fact, I'm about to talk about Willis now. Malik Willis is going to be one of the most high sought after free agents. See, now the Dolphins, they let go of Mike McDaniel, and now they have hired the Packers defensive coordinator, Jeff Hafley. Now, I don't know much about him. I know, obviously, the Packers defense was pretty solid. Hate that Michael Parsons went down this season. Maybe they would have went a little further with the defense. But either way, this is my thing right here. He's going to have to change the culture. He's going to have to reset the culture, right? Tua's going to be out of there. And what did I just say about Malik Willis? Malik Willis, they were both a Packer. They were both in Green Bay together. Dolphins going to look to move on. Hey, Malik Willis, he's built his his trade stock, his trade value up. Malik Willis, Jeff Hafley, he could be a Dolphin. Malik Willis could be a Dolphin now, because he's going to be sought after. Malik Willis, he could be, I know the Jets going to look for a quarterback. Pittsburgh going to look for a quarterback. Dolphins going to look for a quarterback. So he going to be there. Watch this. You bring in the Green Bay defensive coordinator. They're probably going to bring in their backup quarterback. Eric Bieniemy, he's back. Eric Bieniemy is back. He's back in Kansas City. I think they're trying to bring the band back together, run that shit back, because obviously Bieniemy was the OC when Kansas City started the dynasty run. Unfortunately, the NFL did Eric Bieniemy dirty. Let's keep it a buck. Not going to go too deep into it. Anybody that follows Kansas City or follows NFL period, they moved the goalpost on him, because they said, well, he doesn't call plays. So Andy Reid said, okay, I'm going to get my guy hired. We're going to give him play calling duties. Still no head coaching jobs. He went to Washington to be their OC. Then that fell apart. Then he went to college. That fell apart. So they hired him back. After a season that the Chiefs just had, maybe that's some secret sauce. They're trying to get Mahomes back on track. So it's an opportunity on both sides. Eric Bieniemy gets back into the NFL for his former team. They got to get that offense back on track in KC. It should be a win-win, and hopefully they stop moving the goalposts on Eric Bieniemy, and this will eventually lead him to a head coaching job. Because it's nuts. The offensive coordinator coordinated a team that's been to nothing but AFC championships and Super Bowls, and he can't get a head coaching job, I'll let y'all deal with that one. I'm not gonna speak the obvious. I'm not gonna speak the obvious. Oh, Nick Self, I know that Andy Reid called the plays. I just talked about all that. I guess you just checked. I guess you just joined in to the chat. I will reiterate. We know Andy Reid called the plays. They told Eric Bieniemy, you can't get a head coaching job because you don't call the plays. Even though a lot of guys that got head coaching jobs, they didn't call plays either. So they moved the goalposts. Then Andy Reid gave him play calling responsibilities. Still didn't take him, even though they're winning Super Bowls. I get back to what the hell I was getting back to. I just wanted to address you since you wanted LOL, since you didn't hear everything I was saying. So I'm gonna get back to my fucking program. So Drew Petzing, he is the new OC in Detroit. Not surprised there because Detroit missed the playoffs. Detroit missed the playoffs. Somebody had to be the scapegoat. Ben Johnson, obviously, he left to go to Chicago, obviously, and got them rolling. So, to me, it was more the injuries because you got to think, if you have the defensive injuries and you can't stop anybody, and Detroit just was so promising. A lot of people obviously had them as a Super Bowl pick, and now you miss it completely. So somebody had to take the L for that. So basically, John Morton, who was the OC, they let him go. So, Drew Petzing, I guess, hey, you got to get it done, my boy. I thought it was more of an injuries thing with Detroit. You see, I look at Detroit like I look at Buffalo. They had that huge ass window. They had that huge window. Just a couple short years ago. If you don't take advantage, because my Niners came back and beat them in that NFC Championship game a couple years back. That window is closing. Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson not going nowhere. Jordan Love not going nowhere because their head coach, Matt LaFleur, just signed an extension. They're not going anywhere. So I'm going to speak on last episode. I spoke about Kevin Stefanski getting the Atlanta job. I didn't like the hire. I'm not an Atlanta fan, but I just still didn't like the hire because me, who used to live in Atlanta once upon a time, I know how that fan base feels. And let's be real, it's a black city. And when the hire was made, and I saw a lot of my friends, my fraternity brothers and people, and like I said, DC Young Fly and all those guys, he better start off 5-0. Because I'm going to tell you this, my boy. People have not forgotten, like people, and I'm going to say this because of what Baker Mayfield tweeted out. People memory about how you treat people, I'm telling you, everybody is holding your ass accountable for how you treated Shador. And you coming into a black city, you got a little messy quarterback situation going on anyway, because Penix is rehabbing another knee injury, and Kirk Cousins is 1,000 years old. I don't know what you're going to do there. But I'm going to tell you this. If y'all don't start off hot, that seat going to get really hot in Atlanta. And Matt Ryan catching hell because Matt Ryan, like, damn, first day on the job, you get him? Bro, you could have got Brian Flores. You could have got, even though I don't like Mike McDaniel as head coach, but damn, you could have got Mike McDaniel. Bro, I'm reading between the tea leaves Did Mike Tomlin really just want to break from coaching? Maybe, recharge the batteries a little bit. But I'm just saying you could have went other directions because even though Kevin Stefanski is a 2-time coach of the year, but the dude done ran through 80 quarterbacks. And Baker Mayfield, he tweeted out, he said this. He said, yo, you dumped me like I was trash. You never reached out to me, never texted me or nothing. Y'all just let me go. You just threw me away with like the trash. Now I get to see your ass twice a year. Bro, people don't forget. I don't look. I'm not even a Atlanta fan, and I don't fuck with that hire. I'm moving on. Brian Flores. Speaking of him, they were saying that he got extension sitting on the table to continue to be the Vikings DC if he does not get a head coaching job through this coaching cycle. We know that Buffalo is still wide open. The Buffalo owner went scorched earth. I mean, put foot in Sean McDermott's ass in that press conference. Other than like Jerry Jones talking crazy, bro, he threw him under the bus the whole shit. Basically said, bro, this was a year. All these playoff failures, this is on you. He threw Keon Coleman in it. He was like, I didn't even want this kid. You said it was cool for told the GM that you wanted to draft Keon Coleman. Bro, Buffalo was something else up there. But that would be a good land. Brian Flores, I think that would be a good job. Look, you got the quarterback, got the running game. They got to get a wide receiver. They got to get a number one. Other than that, he'd turn that defense up. Brian Flores, he's a Belichick guy. Hell, he the one. Brian Flores, now this is what I think that's going to hurt. Sorry, excuse me, guys. All right, got to get my chain straight. But this was going to screw Brian Flores up in the long run. Because remember, he filed a lawsuit against how he got treated in Miami. Because he told the Miami owner that he wanted Justin Herbert, not Tua. And then they were saying he was told to tank games and all this stuff. So he had a lawsuit filed. So that might hurt him in the head coaching thing, just the politics of putting out, suing the league, suing the owner, whatever like that. Well, basically when you sue an owner, you're basically suing the league. Let's keep it a buck about that. So that might hurt him. But I would think Brian Flores would be great for that job. He's a tough guy, no nonsense guy. He'll get the defense on track. Hey, put in the coordinator for Josh Allen. And I said last time, Josh Allen got Sean McDermott fired. Bro, he turned the ball. Look, I get it. When shit goes left, people get fired. You're not going to fire the quarterback. Josh, you had 4 turnovers. If you just had 2 turnovers, you win the game. Buffalo, and I saw somebody saying, well, Denver got all these all-stars, got all these Pro Bowlers. Buffalo was the better team. They turned the ball over 5 times, and they still took overtime to beat Buffalo. If Josh don't turn that hot damn rock over, it's a different conversation today. But yeah, so everybody in the chat, thank you for everybody that's watching me live. Hey, y'all see it on the Swivel Podcast on YouTube. You can catch me on YouTube. Catch everything on YouTube. Watch, subscribe. Bro, I don't care. You can be in the gym on the elliptical. Put your earbuds in. Hear the content. Everything, man. Everything we do here. Myself, Scott Michael Talks. My partner, DJ Infinite Rock, he gonna be on the next episode. We have the best barbershop talk in sports and viral news. So we're gonna get into the viral talk right now. J. Cole World, he got some new music. I like Cole. He's dope on everything, but great lyricist, everything like that, right? I like the Joe and Jada podcast. Fat Joe said something. He said something out loud, I think, a lot of us was thinking. Because at the time, even I admit, even at the time, I was saying, damn, J. Cole dodged a bullet. Bro, Drake, yum. Boy, Drake was catching haymakers by Kendrick Lamar. But any hip hop head know, and this is why I agree with Joey Crack. Rap is built off competition. At the time, like, damn, yeah, he got out of fire. But nah, you shouldn't have. This might ruffle a few feathers. I don't care. I don't care. J. Cole, you looking like, real talk, you ducked the smoke, you look like a punk that summer. Damn, it was, well, not last summer, the KDot summer. The big three. It's Big Me. You're part of the big three. Bro. See, I wrote some of this down because I wanted to get my thoughts together. Because the emotional part of it, rap is so competitive. We had LL go after cannabis and go after Kumo D back in the past. We had Ice Cube, No Vaseline. Come on, Ether, Super Ugly, The Takeover, Jay-Z versus Nas. You have those battles. Hey, Jeezy Gucci, that got real in the streets. But that's hip hop. It's a competitive sport, baby, and KDot ran you in the house. You a dope lyricist, bro. Look, maybe you need to put the basketball down. I know Drake, he been looking crazy. I don't know what's going on with this Rico shit. My conspiracy hat tells me you sued the wrong people, but I'll leave that alone for another day. But yeah, Drake looked crazy for a minute, but he be all right. You losing a big rap battle is like losing a heavyweight fight. You will live and fight another day. Well, J. Cole, bro, all you had to do, man, stay outside. Jump off the stoop. Throw some haymaker. Look, Kendrick Lamar packed Drake up. We know that. And Kendrick Lamar ran you in the house. Come on, bro. You got to get out the house, man. Look, I get, maybe Guala, you didn't want no smoke. But bro, come on, dog. What you got? Lexington, what's up, man? Drake the Duck thinks he can fool real MC. He want to be in the club. And that's a hell no. Right. But you know what, though? Yeah, he caught a big L and all that. But he was outside. I know he got a team of writers. Me and my broadcast bro, DJ iRock, we spoke on this on past episodes. It's like he's hip hop chameleon. He is copied off of this wave and this rapper and bit off that rapper. That's what Drake does. He's a biter, right? That's what we say back in the day. You biting, That's what Drake has done, and he's been successful copying niggas. That's what Drake has done, right? But he was still outside to try to take on the fight. J. Cole ran in the house. Now he back outside on the stoop with the new record, all that. All right, cool. All right, like I said, he's a great lyricist. Way with the words and the metaphors and the double entendres and all that. Cool. I'm not taking that away from J. Cole. Bro, this is a competitive sport. Like when I do this podcast, when we started On the Swivel podcast, yeah, we're not famous guys, and this and the third, but we know we had to do grassroots movement. Hey, hit up everybody, let them know what we doing. I want to get in the arena. I know, hey, I watch these games. I see what's going on out here. I can talk shit with the best of them. Hey, I can inform. I can entertain with the best of them. Hey, I want to jump in that ring. Huh? I love doing this, but shit, I want to throw some haymakers. I want to throw some jabs and some uppercuts on these guys. I love to compete. I'm not gonna sell out and I'm never gonna sell out and talk dirty and down anybody. But I want to compete. I can compete. I don't have to down you like some podcasters. All they do, they really don't have nothing original. They just get on here and talk about people all day. I want to jump in there with the best of the best. I want to do that. I know we got to, this grassroots movement, that's what me and my broadcast brothers doing. We've had so many different contributors. Shouts out to them to try to build this into something great. That's all I want to do, have this thing be great. But like I said, and J. Cole put the basketball down, get into the arena. Because you got a fan base that you punked out on, man. Come on, you're supposed to be a part of the big three, right? Look like the big one right now. Kendrick mopped all y'all boys up. He mopped up Drake, set his ass down, and sent your ass into the house. What's up, Lexington? What's up? Drake thought with the help of white people listening, Duck was trying to bring them to the barbecue. Yeah, you can't bring everybody to the barbecue, my boy. Oh man. All right. Okay. This was a very interesting story. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I'm gonna talk about it. I always start off with saying this. The internet is not your friend. Tired of us getting involved in y'all guys' relationship issues. A lot of times we do not want to be in the group chat, but thank you for inviting us to your relationships, because then you get situations like this. Okay. So we got a gem that hit. A guy named YBZ. You can look him up. I think he had one of those verified check marks. YBZ said, okay, he called his lady. So he's on the phone with the lady. She says she's at Walmart. He asked her to pick up t-shirt, drawers, and socks for him. She said, hey, it's too late. I'm already checking out. I'll get you next time. YBZ said, you know what, bitch, delete my number. She's like, damn, you turning up over underwear? BZ said, listen, it's the principle of the matter. Because 3 days ago, BZ said that he had sent her money to pay her car note. No hezzy. She needed the money, bam, there it was. But she couldn't step out of line for a couple minutes to get him some socks and drawers? People, I tell you this. Before I throw the simp alert on YBZ, I'm going to say this. To me, when I saw this post, it looked like it was a test, like he was testing her. Like wherever she was, he was going to ask her to deliver something. Because think about this, out of the blue, you on the phone with your old lady, you just need some t-shirts out of the blue, you need some underwear. All I'm saying, my man, you could have tested her with some Raising Cane. I'm going to get you a 5-piece meal. Then how are you going to reciprocate? Because, bro, at the end of the day, you know what? You a whole car payment in. I get the principle, but brother, you a car payment in. Your principal should have stopped your ass from making that car payment. That would the principal should have said, shit. I get your oil change. Car note, you bugging. Look, in relationships, let's keep it a buck. What's up, Willie Wright, 952? We all get used. Just don't get misused. I'm going to say that again for the people that ain't catching it. We all get used. I don't care what relationship, man, woman. I don't care how your boat float. Everybody get used. Don't get misused. Because in this situation, it was no draws for him, and she get to drive her car for another month. Now, I'm going to end it on this note, guys. We haven't talked a lot about the NBA because we usually kind of, over the last 2 years that we've been doing this podcast, we usually reserve it for when the football season is pretty much over, and we'll touch on hot topics throughout until that happens. So the story is more viral than anything. So the Lakers' former owner, Jeanie Buss, she out of pocket. She talked about LeBron's ego and influence on the Lakers basically has rubbed her the wrong way over the years, and she regrets that he got involved with family business and all this shit that she came out and said, but she never apologized and said that she didn't say that she does not like LeBron and does not feel that his influence pissed her off. That LeBron got an ego and this and the third. I hate ungrateful people. Of course, LeBron has an ego. For one, he's a man first. A very successful man. A man who many think is better than Michael Jordan. A man who is worth $1 billion. Of course, he has an ego. I got an ego. I ain't got no $1 billion. I got an ego. Jeanie Buss, I know you have an ego, or you wouldn't feel how you feel, you ungrateful little something, something. But I'll continue. Her ego, now since we're talking egos, her ego, her shit, led her to take away the team from her brother. See, when Dr. Buss passed away years ago, he left the Lakers to his son. She went to the courts and took the team away and said, no, I can run this better than my brother. I got it. I'm better than him. That was ego, wasn't it? Okay. Then, when the team was sold a few months ago, now that if anybody didn't know, the owner of the Dodgers now owns the Lakers. She still couldn't let it go. She X'd out her siblings, and she has kept a role as an executive for the team. Family gone. The Buss family gone. She made it a fact. No, I'm gonna stay. No, but I'm gonna stay pat. Okay. Jeanie, LeBron saved your ass. That happened. Get out your ego, lady. LeBron James saved your white ass. Look, when you took over control of that team in Kobe's last years, and when Kobe retired and y'all had my guy Julius Randle and Swaggy P and all them, y'all wasn't winning nothing. Y'all wasn't even on prime time no more. Then you hire Magic Johnson and shoot him a line of bull. He sold this man wolf tickets saying, oh, you're going to have this control and that control, this and a third. Magic facilitated LeBron coming to LA. LeBron could have went anywhere. He facilitated that. And then when Magic helped get LeBron to the Lakers, you treated him like shit. Yo, That's why I remember when everybody done seen the clips, done ran back all the viral clips of Magic saying, I'm out. I made it out of here. What? Because he knew I like, damn, I bet he like, damn, sis did me like this. He was promised a level of power and autonomy in that company. And when it hit the fan, she gave it to Rob Pelinka. I'm gonna say that again. He was given I guess it was a handshake agreement or something. He was supposed to have a level of power and influence and control over the Lakers organization. She didn't, and she used them to get LeBron there. After that, it was whatever. And Magic, rightfully so, said, I'm about to bit. All right. So Bron now, we got to build this thing. You know, hey, LeBron could be the GM. Another reason why I guess she felt how she felt, because obviously LeBron, Rich Paul, that's Clutch Sports, the agency, the management team, right? Who's a part of Clutch Sports agency? Who do they represent? Anthony Davis. Boom, you get Anthony Davis there. Come on, play with the boy. Bro, LeBron got people to come play. Pandemic hit. Look, I know people like to put the asterisks by it, call it the bubble ring, whatever. It happened. Another chip for the Lakers. Now, has every move that LeBron has signed off for worked? No, it hasn't. Obviously, we know the whole Russell Westbrook experiment didn't work, and you get off this coach, you get onto another coach. You get off. You went from Vogel, then you got my man Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham, I don't know what happened behind the scene, but damn, Darvin Ham coaching to a Western Conference final. So did everything work? Sometime it worked. Like I said, they got to a final. You got a chip back in LA. You got to a Western Finals again. Did everything work? For the most part, a lot of shit worked. Some stuff didn't. Shit happens. Denver happened. Let's give it a buck. Nikola Jokic and the boys happened. Golden State got back reloaded and they won a chip. You know, Ant-Man came. You know, like, hey, it's young talent out there. You know, that's the league. But for Jeanie Buss to say, have that feeling in her heart about his ego and this and the third, lady, check your ego. Because if LeBron isn't LeBron, if LeBron does not come to the Lakers, God know where the Lakers would be, because nobody wanted to come play. Nobody wanted to come play for y'all. Looking at the chat, Magic knew it would turn to a mess. Exactly. He did know. Because I would assume if you gave me a certain level of control, certain people would not have been in that building. Because remember, under Jeanie Buss was Kurt Rambis's wife. Like, she had like her own little bubble of her little buddies. Kurt Rambis's wife, Rob Pelinka. That's who was really running the Lakers. It's all documented. So a part of this power structure within that organization, Magic was supposed to have been one of the ones. He was the one that's trying to get AD there. He the one that got LeBron there. He's gonna work to try to get AD there. Jeanie crapped on him. He said, "Yeah, I'm out. I'm not dealing with this. I got other. I got the Dodgers over here. Remember, Magic. He's a minority owner of the Dodgers. He got that to handle. He's now one of the owners of the Washington Commanders. He got that going on. He got Starbucks. He got this. Baby, I ain't got to deal with this. I got other multi-million, billion-dollar corporations I'm involved in. Bro, you know, and when you hear a story like this, it's sad because we see it time and time again in all industries that a lot of these CEOs of these companies ain't worth shit. The employees, in this case, the talent, they're the ones that make these Fortune 500 CEOs, these presidents of these companies, the employees, the talent, the brain power. They're making these people wealthy. And we live in a world that, unfortunately enough, some of them don't give a fuck to show appreciation to the people that's keeping money in their pocket, fluidly in their pocket. Fluid money. Big returns, big profit. Because, I've just me being a 9-to-5 guy, I'm telling you, I've worked in places. If you told the president of the company to sit here and put these files together and put these Excel worksheets together, they couldn't do it. I put bank on that. They couldn't do it. It's just appreciation. She talked about LeBron's ego and all that. Baby girl, you got ego. Appreciate what LeBron has done for you, done for your family, the Lakers organization as a whole. He did that. He did not have to come there. LeBron did that. LeBron James, the King James did that. So pay homage to him. Get out your ego. Pay homage to LeBron James, man. Get out of here. Anyway. So everybody who caught me live, thank you guys so much. Man, so much for the support. I'm Scott Michael Talk. This is On the Swivel Podcast, episode 156. My broadcast bro, DJ Indy, he's going to be back next time. We're going to talk about some wrestling, all the catch up on them wrestling news with the AEW, the WWE, all the storylines, all the rumors. We got Royal Rumble coming up next weekend. Not this weekend, but the following weekend on the 31st. So we're going to give maybe some predictions on who we think will win the Royal Rumble. Man, had a great show. Talked a little bit about that natty Indiana. I keep saying Indiana. The Hoosiers beat the Miami Hurricanes 27-21. The coaching changes we're gonna keep with the coaching thing because more coaches gonna get more jobs. There's some top jobs wide open. The Ravens, they haven't filled their spot. Pittsburgh have not filled their spot. The Raiders, if I'm not mistaken, the Raiders haven't filled their spot. Arizona hasn't filled their spot. And Buffalo haven't filled their spot. I think I'm not sure if I'm missing a team, left a team out, but it's some coaching vacancies to fill. J. Cole, you dope artist, but KDot ran your ass in the house. You didn't want no smoke. That story, guys, if you don't think that girl will give you a box of drawers, don't pay her car note. Don't be a simp. And Jeanie Buss, get out your hot damn ego. You get out your ego and pay homage to LeBron James. Hey, as always, On the Swivel Podcast, keep your head on the swivel for the nonsense. As always, thank you guys. Thank you. And see you guys next time. I'm out.